Happy Thursday, guys. What's up? Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. It's not been a good week. 1-2, 1-2, 1-3. Not good. The Brewers might have gotten us there. They had the bases loaded, 2 outs, needed 1 hit, and they probably would have won, but unfortunately, the Cubs continue to play very well at home. Seattle, I thought we had that game. It was 3-1, and then all of a sudden, everything just fell apart in that game. Yankees team total was never a question, never came close. They are gone. Goodbye, New York, but the Dodgers gave up a ton of runs to the Phillies like I thought they could, and that game flew over. So 1-3, down 2.05 units on the day, down for the week. We're in a nice little hole here heading into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Can we get out of it? Absolutely. But we got our work cut out for us here. I got 3 bets for us here on football. In one, well, it's a parlay, so I'm going to give you a 2-leg moneyline parlay here. There is a strategic play here going on. I'll explain what I'm going to do here for this game coming up here tonight with baseball and with football. But first, let me remind you about Hard Rock Bet. This show being brought to you by Hard Rock Bet. The Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app is top rated. If you've tried other sportsbooks and their apps, when you open up Hard Rock Bet, you'll see an app that's clean and simple, but still packed with promos. The bright lights of the Big Apple set the stage for Week 6, Eagles versus the Giants. The Hard Rock Bet puts stats and streaks, insights at your fingertips for every game. Listen to some of these stats from the Stats Hub from Hard Rock Bet. Saquon Barkley has reached the end zone in 5 straight road games. Devontae Smith has recorded 64 or more receiving yards following a loss in 6 straight games. His total is 49.5. A.J. Brown's been quiet this year, but he gets up for Week 6s. He's recorded 67 or more receiving yards in 4 consecutive Week 6s. His number tonight is set at 58.5, and the Giants have lost 11 in a row to NFC opponents. Still haven't placed your first bet at Hard Rock Bet? It's not too late. Place your first $5 bet, and if it wins, you'll score $100 in bonus bets on top of your payout. Plus, tonight on Hard Rock Bet, you can get a Thursday night parlay boost for the game. There's new promos every day. Boost your same game parlay or SGP Max tonight so your bet pays extra winnings. Download the Hard Rock Bet and make your first deposit today. All right, let's start with the Eagles and the Giants on Thursday Night Football. Here are some stats that should lead you to bet the under. This series has been heavily under. 10-4 to the under over the last 14 meetings dating back to 2018 for these two teams. 3 straight games have gone under, and 5 of the last 6 have equally gone under. This is the Giants offense without Malik Nabers. So if you want to do team total under for the Giants, you can. I just don't think the Giants are going to score. The Giants have played horrifically in prime time. The Eagles have faced the Giants in prime time 11 times dating back to 2009. The Eagles are 11-0. The under is 8-3 in those games, and the Eagles are 8-3 ATS. The last time a Giants quarterback in prime time beat the Eagles was Eli Manning against Donovan McNabb in November of 2008. Total is 41. We're betting the under in this game. I think the Eagles are going to win. Maybe the Giants keep it close, but they have no shot if this gets to be a high-scoring game. We have not seen the offense really get going here at all for the Giants. And the Eagles' offense is due to break out, but the Giants' defense is good enough to keep them, I think, somewhat in the game, or at least a little bit close in the game. So I do think Saquon Barkley against his former team is due to have a big breakout, but I'm not exactly positive. I mean, the Giants are going to have their eyes seeing red when Saquon's on the field. So, we'll see what happens. The Giants are now 1-2 straight up and 1-2 against the number without Malik Nabers over the last 2 seasons. The Giants have scored 29, 7, and 14 points in those 3 games without Malik Nabers. I don't think they score more than 17 points here tonight. Under 41 for 1.1 units. Now, the Dodgers are playing the Phillies, okay? The football game will kick off at 8:15 Eastern time. Okay. The baseball game in LA is scheduled to go off as a day game. Okay. So it's a 3:00 day game, 6 p.m. Eastern time start, 3:00. And then the late game in the 6:00 window is Milwaukee and Chicago. All right. I think the Dodgers win this game. I do. Okay, the Dodgers to win and to advance in a similar way that what we saw with the Blue Jays up against the Yankees, winning it in 4 after losing game 3. Glass now goes against Sanchez. The Dodgers offense did not do very much. After a loss, the Dodgers are always really dangerous, and I don't think they want to go back to Philadelphia to face a game 5. So I think the Dodgers take care of business. Here's the thing. If the Dodgers lose this game, if they're losing the game, and this game will conclude kind of like we'll have a good idea. By the time the football game kicks off, we'll have a pretty good idea as to what's going on in the baseball game. So we'll take Dodgers money line. But if the Phillies win, okay, the Phillies win, we then check with me as I probably will come back and it won't be official. It'll probably just be personal, but I'll take the Eagles and then I'll pair it up with a hockey play. Most likely the Colorado Avalanche is what I most likely, but hockey is so wonky right now. You could also take the Bruins. They're at home. I think the Bruins probably win, but it's just a little funky early in the year to get involved with a 2-leg moneyline parlay involving the NHL. There's a huge slate of games. Chicago is playing against Boston. Boston won 3-1 against Washington. The Blackhawks lost 3-2 to Florida in their first game. We've got Vegas, who at time of taping is winning. Was tied 3-3. Let's see what that game is. They were down 2-0. They came back. It's currently, let's see. Vegas is tied 3-3. Third period just started. So Vegas goes on the road on a back-to-back. Maybe Vegas takes a W tomorrow, gets a win. So, there's some options here about jumping in. Colorado against Utah is probably the best play on the board, though, from a parlay perspective, to take Colorado money line combined with the Eagles money line. So it's a plus 133 parlay. I do think the Dodgers win, but we're going to go Dodgers and the Eagles here to win. Like I told you, 11-0 in prime time over the last 11 games for the Eagles against the Giants. They have owned the Giants. Plus 135 for 1 unit. Philly and the Dodgers moneyline parlay, and the under 41 for minus 110 for 1.1 units. Also, college play for us. Let's talk about Tulane against Eastern Carolina. This is interesting. Okay, so East Carolina coming in here with a 4-1 record against the number. Tulane is 3-2. Tulane is 2-0 at home, however, including a win in a cover over Duke and a win in a cover over Northwestern. East Carolina is a difficult team. They've played BYU and Army. They lost to BYU by 21. They lost to NC State by 7, but they covered. And then they beat Army in their last game by 22 points. Army couldn't do very much. East Carolina was all over them. Defensively, East Carolina's been pretty good this year. They've been good on third down. They've been good with points given up. But this, I think, is a different type of Tulane team. Tulane's got a chance to make the playoffs, like legitimately. So they cannot have any type of bad losses on their resume. These are games on a Thursday night that they need to take care of business. I like the quarterback. I like the offense. I think East Carolina's got a good defense, but Tulane's defense is good enough, I think, to slow down East Carolina and not allow them to score very much. So I think this gets away from East Carolina a little bit, and I think Tulane just is too talented. I think they're going to be able to go and put some points up. I think they're going to be able to move the football, and I think Tulane at home in a Conference USA showdown on a Thursday night, I'll lay the 6.5 points. Let's go Tulane, minus 6.5. There's been a little buyback here on East Carolina that's dropped this thing from 7 to 6.5. So there are some people that think that East Carolina can keep this game close. Maybe 7 is too heavy. If it keeps dropping and you guys get 6, I like it even more because that's the overtime, right? 6 with overtime. So you'd rather kind of get into, rather than laying 6.5, you lay 6. But I just think Tulane's offense, Tulane's quarterback, Tulane's defense is good enough. I like them at home. I like them on a short week on a Thursday night. It should be a party atmosphere in New Orleans. I'll lay the 6.5 with Tulane up against East Carolina. So, plays for today: Philly and the Giants under 41. Philly money line, Dodgers money line, 2-leg money line parlay at plus 135 for 1 unit, and Tulane minus 6.5 for 1.1 units. Later today, if you want even more breakdown as to what's happening with these games, you can join me for the Bostonian versus the Book. This is a 1 p.m. Eastern time live stream, but it's available either on YouTube podcast, on X at Boston versus the Book, or on an audio podcast as soon as the show is over. If you like the live show, it's 1 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube and on X. Just go search at Boston versus the Book. We'll have props, picks, and plays coming up here for Philly and the Giants, plus a ton of bets to talk about from the NHL slate and both baseball games. We'll break them down coming up tomorrow. Big sports day. Lots to talk about on the Bostonian versus the Book coming up at 1 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube. Search at Boston versus the Book. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt. Every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts, it is the Daily Juice.